The Bills are trailing by. Testing 1, 2. Here we go. 4th and 15. Bills need 15. They need to get to about the 39 for a first down. Doing some Niners Radio Extra. The final score at Levi Stadium. We'll have our post game in just a few moments. The Niners were winners this afternoon by a score of 38-13 over the Bears. 1 minute 24. We will have our post-game show in its entirety in a few moments. The Bills got all their timeouts. So this is it. 4th down. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're back here live. It's 1st and goal. Another first down. It's a minute and 6 left. The Bills trail the Rams, and Allen getting stuff at the goal line, and he's just shy. 2nd and goal. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. It's going to be 2nd and goal. We will have our 49ers post-game live here on Niners Radio 49 once this game is concluded. This is kind of our version of the overtime of picking up the Fox feed. It's a minute and 2 seconds, 1:02 left to play, 62 seconds left to play, 35-34 Rams. The Bills trail the Rams by 8. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. Allen. He's throwing for 342 yards and 3 touchdowns. He pows into the end zone, and we're going to wait to see the score. Touchdown, Buffalo! It's a touchdown and a quarterback keeper for Josh Allen. And now all they need is the 2-point conversion. Another flag has been thrown, a late penalty flag. So this big interconference game, the Bills with a 7-game winning streak coming into this game. A win for them. They already wrapped up the AFC East for the 5th straight year. We're picking up the monitor on our Niners radio monitor. Now they need to get that big 2-point conversion. If they can get this or no, that's not. They don't need 2-point conversion makes it a 1-point game. A personal foul by the Buffalo Bills. That's a 15-yard penalty. So, 55 seconds up the play. Number 73 for Buffalo got hit with a personal foul penalty. Got 1 minute left in this contest. We will give you Niners post-game live immediately once this contest is concluded. The 15-yard enforced. The ball is placed down. The kick is on its way. Has enough distance, and it's on target. It's good. So now it's a 2-point game. And now Josh Allen, the first player that passed with 3 touchdowns and rushed for 3. He has 6 for the game. He's on his way to be the MVP for the league this year. Buffalo desperately needs this win to try to stay in pace for the top spot in the AFC. Remember, they trailed Kansas City by a game. We're in this overtime game. Professor Pete doing some play-by-play call on Niners Radio 49. This game is significant. We will go on the air immediately. We'll have 49ers post-game live. Looking on our Fox monitor board, they got to go with the onside kick. 3 for 39. NFL average only 7.7%. Doing some play-by-play extra overtime. We will begin Niners Radio 49 it will be in its entirety once this game is over. Bills going for an onside kick. The other scores, Seattle defeated the Cardinals again. That's 5 straight wins or 6 straight wins for the Seahawks over Arizona. And the onside kick is the Rams recovering. However, Buffalo got 2 timeouts left. So, this will be the upset of the day. Something that the Niners could not do last week in Buffalo. The Bills got 2 timeouts left, so anything can happen. But if they get 1 first down and the handoff to, it is, I'm trying to see who that is on our monitor. Combined day, 2nd all-time, 5 touchdown passes, 5 rushing, and no turnovers. The last time that happened in a game was the Chiefs versus the Broncos way back when in the AFL Chiefs and Broncos in 1965. But the difference of this game was the block punt by the Rams was the touchdown is the difference of this game by special teams. Matthew Stafford, 23 of 30 for 320 yards and 2 touchdown passes. And he get it to the running back on 2nd and 8. And the Bills going to call their final timeout. So we will have our Niners Radio 49 postgame immediately once this game is concluded. We'll bring you that postgame live in its entirety. So So we will have that. We're doing some overtime bonus coverage of the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams down at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Professor B on for Niners Radio Live Extra, just giving you a relay, the play-by-play, 3rd and 6. 3rd down and 6. 1 first down for the Rams, and that is it. Rams, the Bills can't stop the clock. Hand off to Wentz. Wentz on the outside. He will not get the first down. That's on a 3rd down play, 4th down, so the Rams will have to punt it. On 4th and 2, we're going to see what Matthew Stafford's going to do, because they're going to milk that clock down to 17 seconds. It's a 6-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. On 4th down, they may just take a timeout and that's what it's a 6-second, and take the 5-yard penalty. We'll have our post game in its entirety right after this game is concluded. We'll have Niners Radio 49 post game. We'll go to the locker room. Rams accepting a delay of game penalty, a sacrifice. Unless something crazy happens like the old special teams play back in 1982. We'll give you some scores around the National Football League on this Sunday as well. So, taking a look of it right now, the 49ers taking a look at the scores. So it's 4th down, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to call another timeout, because once they make this last play, the Rams, I should say, after this play, one way or the other, if they don't punt it, well, they're going to have to punt it, because the clock automatically stops at a change of possession. Look at some of the scores early in the day. Vikings over the Falcons 42-21. Steelers over the Browns 27-14. Buccaneers over the Raiders 28-13. Seahawks with a big win over the Cardinals 30-18. That's 7 straight wins over the Cardinals. And that's going to do it. The Rams are going to win it. They're going to end the Bills' 7-game winning streak. And now for the Bills, they're going to only hope that the Rams' their tenants, this LA Chargers, win tonight in Kansas City to remain 1 game out. So that is the story, how it went down in Los Angeles. The Rams are now 7-6. The Niners, with their victory they're now tied for first place. And for that big showdown game coming up on Thursday Night Football, Niners and Rams, a lot on the line, and we'll get into that as well. So, we are going to go to Niners Radio or post-game live right now. We're now at 4:38. We're now at 8 minutes past the bottom of the hour. We're going to just take you straight to 49ers post-game live. The video feed, courtesy of 49ers.com. We'll talk about this game and the feature game on NBC tonight, the Chargers and the Chiefs. And they're just hoping that the Chargers can lose to the Chiefs. So we're going to Kyle Shanahan's presser right now.
The guys were in sync today.
What did you think of Hufanga's first game back, and what does his presence do for the secondary?
I was just pumped to get Huff out there in uniform. We weren't sure how it was going to go this week with him being back for practice, and we thought he looked real good. And then when he told me he had the confidence he had to play on Friday, I was pumped to start him. So just to get him out there, I thought was just the emotions of it. I thought sparked our team. It looked like he played real well, just from what I saw live. I'll see more on the tape, but just the type of guy Huff is, and getting him back out on the field with us throughout the week, and then in that game, I think fired our guys up.
You mentioned the other day that before Christian got here, you've been pretty plug and play with your running backs to be able to use different guys. For Isaac to step up like he did, and Patrick Taylor came in and got a touchdown. If Garendo is hurting, what can Taylor do for you?
I think you guys saw a little bit today. When we given Patrick runs, going back to the preseason and in practice, he's a good runner. He hits the right spots. He runs hard. So he's a guy who can definitely help us. And, he had some big carries, I want to say, versus Seattle. I think it was when JP went out and he was spelling Isaac, and he had to spell Isaac today. And when he went in, did a good job on all his opportunities.
Would you say that really like a raw guy, but after those 2 tough games, even 3 tough games, as you mentioned, the Seattle game, did you feel the need to speak to your team about keeping the mood up, or do you just sense that it was going to happen anyway?
You mean after the game?
Like going into this week.
Yeah, every time you get in a meeting as a coach, you want to figure out something that's going to affect the players. And when I say affect them and make them practice better or play better, it's very rarely some special words that changes how guys play. But we did talk about the importance of this, where we were at, regardless of the result. I wanted to make sure that we came out today and just showed grit. We wanted to fight, and these last 2 weeks just not making it a game was something we weren't proud of. And we were ready to battle today, regardless of how that went. It went as good as it could. So, the win was awesome, but I just wanted to make sure our 10 and how our team worked were ready. And you could tell in the meetings last night, guys were ready for this game, and it came out and it showed.
What was the message to the team, and do you think you can carry this momentum into Thursday night?
I hope so. Momentum, we feel good right now. We played well. It's going to come fast, and the only way we're going to really enjoy today is if we take care of business on Thursday, and then we'll have 3 days to kind of enjoy it and come back and deal with our last 3 games. But if you don't take care of business on Thursday, not much to celebrate about today. So the main message in there is how proud I am of the guys, and now let's go home, get to sleep. Those guys take care of their bodies tomorrow. We'll put in the game plan tomorrow, and we got to come in Tuesday ready to go, because we're 48 hours from a game once it happens.
I feel like you were in a rhythm as a play caller. It seemed like you were calling things we haven't seen that much, like zone reads and tight end screens.
Called some tight end screens this year. Zone read we hadn't, but that's just more of a scheme thing that we thought it looked good, and couldn't believe Brock didn't hand it off. But once he pulled it, I think that was a good decision too. Just we had to overcome that holding call, which we didn't and score, but I thought we did in the second half.
That's great. You said you wanted the guys to come out and play with some grit. When you think about the fact that Malik Mustafa took a hard hit, looked like he was a little rattled, came to the sideline, went back in, and he was the guy that broke up that play with Ozunde, or I think that's how you say his name. When he broke that up, if he wasn't there, that could have been a touchdown, obviously. But then also the grit behind Brock Purdy, taking a hard hit, coming right back at a snap later. Can you just speak to the resilience of those 2 guys?
Yeah, grit's such a roundabout saying, but we got gritty dudes all over our team. We got as tough as guys as there is. I just wanted our team. We haven't been able to battle and finish a game when things have gone bad there, and that's what I wanted to make sure, just the whole team, that we're going to play with grit and show that. Not necessarily as individuals. I know we got gritty dudes all over, but when you have your backs against the wall like we have had, that's when it's your opportunities to show that your team can still play with some grit. Your team can have some resilience. And when we've been in those situations this year where we needed to, we haven't. I think we've done it a lot in the past, so we know how it looks and we know what it feels like. But the opportunities that we've had this year, we haven't got that done. And I just wanted to remind them that this year's not over, and today was an opportunity to show that, and that's not something you can do as an individual. We got gritty dudes, but as a team, that's collectively, and everyone's got to be kind of, say psychology is contagious, and you try to think like one and play like one, and I felt that today from our team.
Last week, there's been some rumors over the
traded to Chicago, and John called them comical. Do you have a word to describe those rumors?
I mean, I don't know why they come out, but like, I don't want to be any place in the world more than here, and my family feels just as strong, if not a lot stronger. So, I hope you guys are gonna have to kick me out of here. So there's no way I'm making that decision.
Without McCaffrey, Bosa, and Trent, that's 3 captains. Do you see other leaders, kind of younger players emerging as somewhat as leaders?
Yeah, I think we've been needing that all year. When you want to be a leader, it starts with what you do on the field. It's got to be genuine. And when you have a certain way of playing on the field and you're out there and you do things, guys will start to look to those guys as leaders. And then it's kind of how you carry yourself and what you do in those moments. And I think we've had a lot of guys on this team going back to even week 1 till now that weren't, that didn't expect to get a lot of opportunities, maybe when we drafted them or back in training camp, and they've gotten opportunities fast. And that's, I think, one of the positives, that there's a lot of guys that we do believe in, that I do believe are getting better each week, and hopefully are going to be good Niners here for a long time.
How valuable is it to have a guy like Isaac with that kind of speed, but also enough size to run inside?
I don't get how you can do one without the other. So if you could just draft track guys to run the speed plays and big guys to run the other plays, then that would be easy, but you can get hit wherever you go. So you better be able to run outside, inside. You better be able to lower your pads and take hits, and the faster you are, the better, as long as you can do all that other stuff.
You run that screen pass to Kittle, the 33-yarder on the first drive before, and then just how well was he able to exploit the defense?
It was good. We caught him in a zone dog, which helps because they were matching all the guys down the field, so there's only kind of one guy looking at him. Got scarred a lot back in the day calling that because, especially people like KJ Wright, they would just sit and stare at Kittle every time he blocked. So as soon as he'd catch it, people would drill him. So sometimes it's hard to get screens to guys who are really good at it, but that was a good play to open it up. Got it versus the right look, and when you can get George the ball versus the right look, I think everyone sees how explosive he is, and we just give him some crap for getting tackled inside the 5 twice, but he was unbelievable today.
Brock had the bum shoulder against Seattle and then had to sit out, and it was in a snowstorm. It's kind of difficult for him during that 3-game losing streak. Did he stay kind of steady throughout? Did you sense any sort of frustration?
Normal frustration. We want to win, and Brock's as competitive as anyone I've been around. So, he was real disappointed about the Seattle game and how they got away from us at the end. And then for him to come in Monday and feel the way he did was kind of a shock to him and to all of us. And it didn't respond very well that week. And so he wasn't able to come back versus Green Bay and get that taste out of his mouth. And when he did versus versus Buffalo, that wasn't a very fun game for obvious reasons. So he's been battling. He's been awesome in practice. He's been great in the meetings. And I was real happy for him today because it seemed like he played his ass off and he was decisive in everything he did. And he's always a competitor.
On that second challenge, were they already in the replay review, or did you throw the flag to try to get them to do the replay? How did that all work?
Which one?
You threw the challenge flag on the second time.
The low catch or the fumble? The fumble? Once they said it was an incompletion, then we saw on the scoreboard that he threw it backwards. So then I just threw it and said it was a fumble, and I think they overturned it anyways after I did that. So got my challenge back.
After a couple of cross-country road trips in inclement weather, how much did you feel the home field advantage today?
We always feel a home field advantage. It's so nice to not have to use a silent count and to be able to use our cadence and tee off on the ball and everything. We don't mind going on the road. We've been able to play in loud environments. We've been able to play in cold weather. Doesn't mean we prefer it, but we always love being at home and can't wait to be here in 4 days. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, that's 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan. Niners winning it this afternoon by a score of 38-14. In case you're just tuning in, also the other scores. The Rams hold off the Buffalo Bills in a shootout game down there. So far, they come up here to play your 49ers for Thursday night football on Prime, coming up Thursday night. And Amazon Prime. a wild one down there in Southern California, down there at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. So, Niner fans, if you want to come on and talk 49ers football, our hotline number is 628-239-8475. That's 628-239-8475. We'll have more feed from Niners Radio 49. We'll continue in a few moments. We've got a busy week here on Niners Radio 49. We'll be right back up here on Thursday Night Football for the 49ers and Rams, a divisional game. And we got everybody live and festive here. The last time we were here, a few weeks back, it was not all that, but it's great to feel when you're coming off a W in a must-win game. Seahawks will win it today, and then the Cardinals lose again. They're starting to hit their skid. The Niners right there at 6 and 7. It's a big game, Monday Night Football. And if you want to talk 49er football right now, our hotline number is 628-239-8475 is the hotline number if you want to come on and talk 49er football. We need to get some callers to come and talk 49er football. We're trying to so we're right here. We're gonna be here for a bit. Professor B here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. We're going to be here for a bit and taking your calls right here at the Niners will go on to win this afternoon by a score of 38-10 over the struggling Chicago Bears, who come losing that heartbreaking loss on Thanksgiving Day 10 days ago to the Detroit Lions to lose that heartbreaker. And we will have more. Coming up on Niners Postgame Live here on Niners Radio 49. Glad you guys are tuning in. We are going to be here for a bit. And so, of course, they're so we'll be here for a bit. We'll get you back to the 49ers postgame presser on location. We're continue here on location on Niners Radio 49. Niners in charge, Niners and as I say, the 49ers in the league, and the Chicago Bears. We'll get more from the locker room in a few moments' time. So, once again, our video feed has been picked up by. Our video feed has been picked up by NBC. Yeah, so So we're going to show you right back out there right now. I believe it's Fred Warner. So let's go back out there to 49ers Postgame Live on Niners Radio 49.
We had a great
great opportunity this week to come out at home and right those wrongs, right, and get back to playing our style and doing what we do best. Complimentary football all the way through. The way the offense came out and scored right away, and then we went out there on defense and got those stops early on and played, a great half of football. Obviously, there's things to clean up in that second half, and but we just got to build on this win.
Do you feel like that sort of performance was coming, like that you practiced well Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that this was sort of natural to be the result of that?
Yeah, I mean, it was coming. Everything was coming along. I think even in the last couple of weeks, even though it didn't go our way, we practiced really well in those weeks. It just didn't translate onto the field, and today you saw it translate with execution. When it mattered most.
To carry this over to Thursday.
Yeah, extremely important. We talked about we just wanted one win. That was the goal today, to just get one win, and then now obviously we got that, and it's the same mindset this week, just one win, right? Thursday night against a divisional opponent, and we got to win in the division. We got to win all these, honestly, but it's just about one game.
It was great to see the defense fight like that in this game. How does it feel for you personally to know that Thursday night when you take the field that you may have Dre back?
Oh, yeah, it means everything. I've been waiting for that moment for the entire season, right? And so to potentially have him out there again with me, it means everything.
It was mentioned by people, some of the leaders addressed the team, this week just because of the circumstances. Obviously, you were among them, big surprise. But, also Brock Purdy, maybe that's not anything unusual. Or tell us, is that what he said, was that unique for him or his message?
Yeah, I think the message across the board from, all the guys, whether it was Brock or myself or all of us, honestly, was just to fight, for one win. It was everything today. We treated it like a playoff game, and that's what they are going forward. Every game means everything, and so we're just treating it 1 week at a time. It's a 1-0 mentality, and it's just one game coming up. That's our entire focus.
You check to see what the Cardinals-Seahawks score was and what the Rams are. Do you start after these games now wondering what your stature is?
Yeah, we got an eye on it, but at the end of the day, we got to take care of business on our end, and we have a great opportunity in a divisional game coming up, so, that means a lot.
You see some younger players, Brock's a captain, but do you see some younger players? I think Juan mentioned Diamano speaking. You see some guys like kind of rising up and being a little bit more vocal and being leaders?
Yeah, no, you said it. Younger guys, even though those guys don't seem young, in the way that they carry themselves, the way that they played, those are younger guys that we need, that younger leadership to kind of step up now and use their voice, right, in the moments we need it most, and they have, man, and it's just about executing on game day. All the rah-rah speeches are great and all, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there, you got to play.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
To respond with a big performance today.
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, just where we're at, and every week matters so much. We all know that. So I think just the biggest thing was, just getting some energy and momentum. This league is hard. It's tough, and if you don't have momentum or energy, man, and belief within a building, it can be really tough. So for us, I think that was the emphasis today, and I think we got it. So.
I'm sure we'll discuss you, but you were mentioned as someone who said some things to the team. What was your message? What do you think the mood of the team was going into this game?
We said some things. Just I was just trying to keep it real and remind guys, this isn't easy. This job isn't for everybody, but who we have in this building, we have what it takes, and we've shown that the last couple of years, and we just got to dig deep and find ourselves, and I think we did. I think guys responded to it, and really I was just talking to myself too, not just trying to preach to the guys, but remind myself of how hard this thing is and how much of a competitor you got to be for 4 quarters and go and take it. Nothing's ever given to you. So it was just a reminder to myself and to our teammates of where we're at and where we're trying to go. And a lot of other guys, or some other guys spoke, and I think we all feel it, man. We want to win for each other at this point. So yeah, it was last night. Yeah.
You guys offensively today, it feels like you've been waiting to have this type of a 60-minute performance all season.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just all executed, did our job, and kept it simple. I don't think guys were overthinking anything. We just, whatever was called, we trusted in Kyle, and we just executed. And I think it was just more of our mindset. You know, we were aggressive. I think everybody across the board, once we scored, defense got a stop. We go back up, put some points up on the board. They got a turnover. We scored. Like, it was just, that's team football, man. And I think it just all starts with our mindset. So something that we've all been talking about a lot more around here, but today we just went out there, we executed, and we played aggressive more than anything. Kittle? I mean, he's a baller. I mean, you get the ball in his hands like that, and he can get all the yak after, and he's just so explosive, dude. Like, for where he's at in his career to continue to put up those kind of numbers and be that dominant, it's a pretty sweet thing. So, obviously, I'd like to get him the ball in space and let him do his thing, and that's what he did today.
You mentioned momentum. How important is it to use this as a springboard for Thursday night?
Yeah, it's huge. But, I mean, it's a quick turnaround, that's for sure. So we just all got to get healthy, get back on track, and come back out Thursday with this kind of mindset of, you know, playing aggressive and doing what it takes for 4 quarters. And I think, you know, the game will go how it needs to go. But for us, man, like our mindset is the biggest thing. We got to clear this, not get too high on it or anything, and learn from it. And come ready Thursday for – it's a 0-0 game and a clean slate. So.
Can you describe the clothesline hit and the pain that you felt and what you were feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a weird hit. My body was in an awkward position, and you know, for me, never really been in a situation like that, so I was just like sort of in shock. You know, I felt some stuff within my body, and I was just letting myself cool down. That's why I went out for a play and just making sure I was being smart about it, and I was fine. My body was good, and went back in. And I'm good. So.
Did you hear the crowd when you came back out onto the field?
Yeah, I could hear them.
What's your reaction? I mean, are you able to appreciate that moment, or is this laser focused on that?
I mean, a little bit of both. Obviously, I'm trying to go out and do my job and execute, you know, for our team, our organization, our fans, and everybody. But you know, just hearing them, you know, sort of have my back like that was pretty cool, man. I love playing for this organization, for our fan base, and every time I step out in that field in Levi's, man, I'm very thankful for it. So. Love playing for our fan base.
What were you expecting? You know, the ball was coming out, you know, on time and in rhythm. Guys were, a lot of guys were just wide open. Nothing that hasn't happened for this season, but for a sustained period. I mean, did it feel more like 2023 in some ways?
I mean, it's just sort of how the game went, man. I think, you know, Kyle did a good job dialing up some plays, and for us to just go out there and just play, you know. And guys, we just trusted each other, man. Just when I threw the ball to JJ or George, there's a sense of trust that we all have and where they need to be. And I think, you know, last year going back and watching a couple of games, it's like that. You know, there's a lot of times where, you know, I go through a progression and I lay a ball and expect a guy to be there, and they're there. Like, it's just getting those reps and those trusts to continue to grow together. And I know it's late in the season, but it's never too late to continue to work on those things and grow. And I thought today we just did that. So.
What were you expecting on that one misconnection with Ricky? It seemed like you guys were on a different page there.
Yeah, you know, I thought he was gonna keep it a little bit skinnier up the field, and then he saw space, so he sort of cut across, and you know, I just threw the ball early and sort of anticipated, and I missed him. I think his decision on, you know, going across the more middle of the field was a great decision. If I would have laid the ball right there for him, it would have been a touchdown. So something that he and I we talked about, and I told him, I was like, we just got to keep growing together and learning each other and seeing each other in and out of cuts. And but that's something that I missed on him. He executed his job. Thanks, guys.
Rock Party on the mic down there at Santa Clara. We'd like to give a special shout out to the 49ers, 49ers.com, picking up the video feed from 49ers.com for that feed. Niners were winners, 38-13 over the Chicago Bears, the free-falling Chicago Bears, who you really got to feel for the, you know, having a new interim coach after getting rid of their head coach after that monumental collapse of that horrible poor clock management in their loss to the Detroit Lions 10 days ago on Thanksgiving. So the Niners really important win, getting back on track, and now the Niners will play the Rams for a showdown, possibly in the NFC West. And the Niners pretty much simply has to win out. Other scores: Seahawks over the Cardinals down the desert, 30-18. And Seattle maintains a 2-game lead over San Francisco in the NFC West. And the Niners trail the Rams by 1 full game. But remember, the Niners trying to split the season series, and it's going to be a wild one Thursday night. The place at Levi Stadium is going to be jacked up. A traditional long-time rivalry, Niners and Rams. This series goes back to way back to 1950. So all's on the line. The Niners can win out. If they could win out, they could possibly win the NFC West. And then also checking out of our if you want to call on Talk 49 Football, our hotline right now is 628-239-8475. And also more importantly, if you want to, very importantly, if our website is youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. That's youtube.com/@NinersRadio49. If you want to talk 49ers football, our mission is to get 1,000 subscribers. And taking a look at our so we're also going to take a look at some other scores on Sunday. The Miami Dolphins were a must-win game. They defeated the New York Jets at the Met, and they won it in overtime, 32-26 in overtime. And then the Saints were winners against the Giants at the Meadowlands on a blocked field goal, 14-11. And then, of course, coming up at a little more than 12 minutes from now, it's the Chargers and the Chiefs for the Sunday night game on NBC. The Chiefs can wrap up the AFC West with a victory tonight. And so this game has a lot of significance though too. So we will get back to it. There's going to be some more. Niner fans, if you want to come on tonight, right now, our hotline number is 628-239-8475 is the hotline number. 628-239-8475 is the hotline number. That is the hotline number for if you want to talk 49ers football, the Niners. Staying alive and well for the division, because at this point they cannot be a wild card because of they've lost all the tiebreakers and for the Bills losing a tough one today, in their 7-game win streak. If somehow, if the Chiefs lose tonight, that loss they will remain 1 game back, and with a chance to, because the Bills have that tie-breaking advantage over Kansas City. Or the Bills have the tiebreaker gift for the Chiefs for the home field, the top seed in the AFC. So we're just trying to see if we get any more players coming on for the post game on Niners Radio 49. Obviously, not at this time. As we're going to just take a look at and because the 49ers were winners today, 49ers scored 2 touchdowns. You can get 50% off of $25 or more with Uber Eats. Must be a resident in the San Francisco Bay Area to receive this promotional app. And use the code FAITHFUL to the bank. We're going to go to George Kittle. He's on the mic right now. You're watching 49ers Postgame Live on Niners Radio 49.
He would talk about his own team meeting. That's crazy. What did they say about it? And I'll go off of them.
Well, apparently a lot of people spoke, and that some people who don't usually spoke.
Aren't you an author? Ooh. Dang. Found that one myself. But yeah, no, you know what? Kyle doesn't always have players speak or spoke, however you want to say it. But he used to, when he was like first starting off as a head coach, he would have vets like talk about things that were important to them and why they play the game. And he hasn't done it for a while, but yeah, he had Demo got up and talk, and Demo's not really while he looks loud while he's on the football field, he's much like lead by example, lead without the way that he plays. But when you give guys like that an opportunity to speak in front of the team, it means a lot to everybody watching, to everybody listening, to everybody in that room. And we all respect and love Demo, not just how he plays, but he's a great teammate. He shows up every day. He works his tail off, and he plays the game the right way. And for him to speak, and then also for Brock to get in front of a team, which he doesn't always do, but this for him to talk, and it doesn't really matter what they say. There's no like magical rah-rah speech or anything like that. It's just the fact that it means enough to them that, when Kyle asks them to speak, that they say, yes, I would love to speak in front of the team. And so I think just that in itself definitely motivates the boys. Coach Kittle's my father. What's up?
But I have a question. When it comes to complimentary football, you've been one of the main guys kind of talking about the need to play that way.
Yes.
And today you guys played that way. I asked Shanahan about it. He said, he said a lot, but he also said this season's not over. So how does a game like this kind of galvanize you guys to kind of feel that way, knowing you're on a short week headed into the LA Rams?
No, it's totally fine. You only missed 2 questions, and then you're walking right in front of her as she's asking a question. Now I'm distracted, Eric. How do you show up on time? It's crazy. No, I feel mildly offended. You know what? I would say the last couple of weeks, it just hasn't felt like we've been playing Niner football, whether that's flying to the football, the turnovers, converted on 3rd down, the energy. Like, if you just kind of not felt like ourselves, and really just wanted to play off of each other. Like, hey, offense, you take care of what you have to take care of every drive, try to score, don't turn the ball over, and defense will feed off of us, and then vice versa. And you kind of felt that, we go out. Did we score on our first drive? All right, we score on our first drive. Defense comes out, crushes them. We go down. I think we punted the next one, but we just started really starting to roll right there. And I was pumped. I thought Coach Shanahan called a hell of a game, but then at the end of the day, I think we executed a hell of a game too on offense. And when you just put those things together, and our defense gets 6 sacks, that's pretty awesome. Love that for the boys. But we're finally playing team football, and I thought our special teams played really well. And just when you're playing the team football, that's the Niners football that we want to put on tape. And I thought the guys really responded well. I was really pumped too. Sad for Ben Barch. I don't know what his injury was, but I thought he played really well last week against Buffalo. But I thought Spencer Burford came in and played really well too. So the offensive line was playing well. And how about Juwan looking great out there?
Your first catch was 33-yard screen.
It was.
You guys run that play
in the last 5 years twice. At the most, yeah. Probably like 20, 21.
How did that show how you were going to exploit the Bears defense?
Just the defense that they've had, and like every time we've played against like because Eberflus was with the Colts when we played them in 2021, and then they've been with the Bears, and like they do a lot of stuff with their defensive ends, how they stunt. They do all these pirate stunts to try to increase their pressure, and we knew that if we could catch them in one of those on a screen, that they'd be completely out of whack. And I don't know if we caught them on the first one, but the defensive end just played completely upfield, and our offensive line did a great job blocking for it. But just the way that they got upfield, kind of like how our defense does, we just thought we could exploit that, and I thought we did a good job of that. Like when you he was going to start, I was like, how well can he catch? Because that's a big thing in our offense, and I think he proved that today, that he can catch like that one down in the sun. You could not see anything in that corner, and he caught that, which was awesome, and pumped that Brock gave him an opportunity on that, and then he ran his tail off. So all I've been preaching to Isaac is, hey, man, just run really, really fast and hold on to the football, and you're going to get a lot of yards, and I thought he did a really good job of that today.
Simplistic to say, like, when it's a tough season, the way the team plays at the end is a sign of whether it believes in what's going on. But today, was that a little bit of a sign that everybody in the locker room still believes in what's going on?
I mean, we still have everything in front of us to play for. I know, like, certain things might need to happen, but if we win every single game, I think we put ourselves in a very good position to either win the division or somehow sneak our way into a playoff contention. And I thought, everyone just focus on this 1 week. Hey, everybody lock in, forget the whole season. Like, whether you've played like crap the entire season, whether you've had missed opportunities, whether you have a bunch of touchdowns, whatever it is, flush all that and just focus on this one game. Put all your time and effort and energy into this one game, and then we'll live with those results. And I think the whole team did that the entire week. I thought we had a great week of practice. Everyone was dialed in, and then we ran to this game and, ran the heck out of the ball. Brock found a rhythm. Our defense was on fire. So just like playing team football. And, I definitely think everybody in the building still believes, our coach staff is excellent. Coach Shanahan dials up great game plans, and our execution day was, I thought, really, really well done. And so if you can just combine those two things, our offense is pretty good.
George,
yes, Eric.
First one, just as Miranda was an accomplished high school wide receiver.
Oh, I don't do those scouting reports. I just say hi to all the rookies when they show up. Oh, thanks. I feel bad now.
But so you, in 2018, you were very close after the first half to the all-time, single game receiver.
I was 4 yards off, yes. Yeah.
Any thoughts of that record?
I had no idea how many yards I had until someone told me, when I got pulled out in the fourth quarter. So I thought I was sitting at 80. I didn't realize a lot of those went for 30 plus. So that was really fun. That's a fun surprise to have at the end of the game. No, never do. Can't, man. Just try to stay locked in each play at a time, man. Don't trick me into that.
Isaac, did you sense, he obviously has the physical skills. He's got incredible speed. As Eric said, he played receiver in high school. But his first start, did you see any, how was his mood, his demeanor like today?
Totally fine. Nothing that would stand out of the ordinary. I think he's done a really good job as our backup running back the entire season. When he was splitting reps with J.P. Mason early, I thought he's been really good. He just shows up. Bobby Turner does a great job of getting those boys locked in. They're all prepared for all the protections, all the runs, all the routes, everything. And so when you are that prepared by your coach, you go into every game confident because you're not worried about anything except for, hey, I know what I'm doing on this play, run really fast, get downhill.
Is there a unique value in a guy like that size, 220 pounds, I think, still run as fast as he does?
When you run a 0.01 seconds faster than Raheem Mostert, you're doing something right. And then you throw a little build onto that too so you can take some hits. That's all great. We just got to keep running him, and so he gets more and more confident in both his ability and in our offense, so he sees all the lanes and stuff like that. And just really happy with his performance today. And then when Pat came at the end too, I was so pumped for him too to score a touchdown.
George, I don't you demand the football, but after last week, you did mention that you didn't get to run that many routes, and when you did run the routes, you felt open. Do you feel like Kyle got the message?
Last week to our game plan, I thought I was going to have 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that's just not the way it happens. And I very much believe in the football gods. If you just go out there and you play your best, no matter what happens, receiving wise, that the ball is going to eventually find your way. And I kind of think that's just what happened today. And I try to be as reliable as I possibly can for Kyle and this organization. And Kyle just called the plays today, and I found myself open on all of them. Relax. Cheese. You're next.
With Ricky, he's obviously missed a lot of time, and he and Brock run just different pages on that one misconnection. you're obviously close locker-wise to talk to him. How do you keep his confidence high when he's not getting the stats and not as involved as maybe he'd want to be?
What's great about Ricky is that he hasn't brought that up once. He shows up every single day to practice and in the building with a huge smile on his face and is very eager to be in the meetings, very eager to get on the practice field and just go run routes. And, which kind of stunk was like this practice, I'm pretty sure you guys were there in OTAs and Ricky had like 150 yards a day just cooking people. That was his week of practice this week. He had like 100+ yards a day, running great routes and stuff like that. So, I think when you're young and this is a very complicated offense with a bunch of alignments, formations, aiming points and stuff like that, it just takes a while to find your groove and like you don't want to think too much. And so I think he's just finding his stride in that. And the more reps that we can get him in practice, the more routes that he can run, he's just going to get more and more comfortable because he's a freak athlete. He can do all the great stuff. He can make great catches. He can break tackles. He can make guys miss. So I think just give him a little bit more time, and I think you're going to see some pretty awesome games from Ricky. Not worried about him at all.
George, in the last month,
yes.
You've been targeted 18 times. You've caught 16 of the 18. Do you feel like you and Brock right now are, I don't know, maybe at a different level as far as your communication, that you guys are really maybe the best that you've ever been as a combo?
Yes and no. I think Coach Shanahan he's calling plays, and when you call plays and you guess right against certain defenses, that's how you just end up wide open sometimes. But I think Brock does a really good job about, hey, I'm going to throw you the ball whether you're open or not. And I love that from Brock. And he sees the coverage and he knows that, hey, while I might be the third read like on the gameplay, hey, if it's this coverage, I know that he's the first read. Like you saw in the 3rd and 7 where he just kind of hit me right over the middle and I was able to kind of fall forward for like 10 yards. Like that play, he's supposed to go like 1 to 2 to 3 and he went just 1 right to me. And so I think he's just very comfortable in this offense now. And I've been running it for 8 years. And so it's fun to be back there and know that, hey, I know on this coverage, I'm getting the ball no matter what. So when I turn my head, the ball hits me in the chest and I got to go rumble, bumble, and stumble. But yeah, I think we're pretty much in sync right now. It could be an Iowa thing. I don't know. Is this 3 questions? Holy cow. $20 a question. Remember I charged you $40 to tell me facts the other day? Or is that you, Cam? You owe me 40. Well, I expect that every week, but last week specifically, yes, I did. I was waiting to have the best backyard game of my life last week. I couldn't wait. Just doesn't happen sometimes. It is what it is. 4 questions? Oh, a 4th question. Only if you say please. Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to this team, obviously you guys have always talked about playing for each other.
Yep.
But you guys have experienced tragedy this season. And then to also see Christian McCaffrey post on social media and say, this is just not my year, knowing how hard he's taking that because of how much he loves football. In that conversation where the leader spoke, was that part of the conversation and wanting to play harder for each other than you guys have earlier this season?
We need to play with more of a sense of urgency and play desperate because you just haven't really sensed that. And I've been on teams where it felt like, was it 2 years ago we were on like 8-9 game win streak, whatever that was. And it literally felt like every play people were just scratching, clawing, and fighting for everything. And I'm not going to call anybody out. Like we've all like not taken a play off, but just not fought our hardest on every given play. And that was kind of the message, like guys, just put it all out there. Because we have the players, we have the playmakers, we have the play call, and we have everything to win games. But we have to do it out of desperation. And when you're playing desperate and you're playing like, hey, if we don't win this game, our season potentially is over. That desperation fuels guys in different ways. And it's just how you take that and how you channel that energy. And I thought our guys did a great job of that today. Thanks, George. Thank you, guys.
Got some more Niner fans coming in after this post-game. Niners were winners this afternoon by a score of 38-13, the final score. So the Niners improved their record to they end up improving their record to West as we continue on Niners Radio 49 postgame live. Professor B here. If you want to talk some 49 football, the number is 628-239-8475 is the hotline number. That is the hotline score if you want to talk 49er football tonight.
I do have to say that quite well. Those things where if you always see it's like, oh, you have to be a touchdown,
All right, so we are going to be here on Niners Radio 49. We're just gonna take a little bit of a break. We'll get right back to Niners 49 Live right after this on Niners Radio 49. Let's take this quick timeout. All right, so we're back here on Niners Radio 49. We're at the Hyatt Regency Hotel here in Santa Clara. right across the street from Levi Stadium. I think they're just about it, or no more players come to the mic for now at this time. So we just got we're gonna get ready to wrap this, just to recap this game. And the final score today is 49ers winning it 38-13 over the Chicago Bears at Levi Stadium in a must-win game. And just a quick look at just a recap of the game is so Isaac Ruando had a foot X-rays came back negative, so it's got to be at least a foot sprain. So that's kind of good news. We will take a look at the scores of so we'll take a look at the scoreboard now. Oh, and just, yeah. So we're doing the best we can to get the okay, so we're trying to get the scoreboard not giving us some hard time, so we apologize for the inconvenience. So the final 38-13, the Niners were winners. Brock Purdy threw for 325 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Isaac Rondo, 15 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns. George Kittle, 6 catches for 151 yards. Caleb Williams only threw for 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then other numbers of the day. Patrick Taylor ended up getting his first rushing touchdown since 2021. And then Ron Jennings, 7 catches for 90 yards. He averaged 12.9 yards a catch. Gwando caught 2 balls for 50, averaging 25 yards. Deebo Samuel, 2 catches for 22 yards. Ricky Pearsall caught 1 for 5 yards. So that's how it went today over at Levi Stadium. And just give us a quick scoreboard around the NFL for the rest of the division, how the rest of the division have fared. Seattle wins 30-13, and they complete a sweep over the Cardinals. As Seattle's now 85, and they're now the Cardinals fall to 6-7. The Rams just fall 1 game back. The Seahawks, by the way, are 5-1 away from CenturyLink Field. And then the Rams were winners over the Buffalo Bills. The upset of the day, 44-42. And it was that block punt by the Rams that when the Rams blocked the Bills punt, that was the difference in the game. That touchdown they gave on the Bills special teams was the difference in the contest. So we are going to get ready to wrap it up for tonight. The Niners were winners. They were winners this afternoon. And just a reminder, the 49ers team stole victory to the Bay. Celebrate the 49ers with victory new gear. As with the Niners with their victory today on Sunday. And today you get your 50% off because the Niners won today. The day before Christmas, half off on 49ers gear. You go to 49ers.com. Shop49ers.com is the site. This is going to be offered today. Only the code is tailgate. So if you go on 49ers, get your 49ers gear for a victory today. It's shop49ers.com. And you get your 50% off on 49ers gear today for the next 3 hours and 20 minutes. Go to shop49ers.com, shop49ers.com. So that's going to do it for tonight. That's going to do it for 49ers Live tonight. Post-game recap. The Niners were winners tonight by a score of 38-13. Just a schedule reminder for this coming week on Niners Radio 49. 49ers Live tonight will be immediately tomorrow, right after Monday Night Football between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys down at Big D. We will go on the air immediately following Monday Night Football. We'll recap you this game, and then we'll get you ready for the Niners and the Rams for the big one on Thursday night. Short week this week. We're going to have a lot going on this week. We'll have 2 shows this week. We'll have 49ers Live Monday the aftermath. It'll be a Victory Monday edition of 49ers Live tonight. Victory Monday, we'll recap the game, and then we'll have Niners and Rams on Thursday night. We'll have 49ers tailgate show tonight or tomorrow, late this week as well. We'll be taking 2 shows, and then later over the weekend we'll do 49ers tailgate after the Niners and Rams. Also, we'll have another edition of 49ers Live, the aftermath, on Friday. We'll most likely have an afternoon version. We'll have 49ers Victory Live, 49ers Live, the aftermath of a special Friday edition on Niners Radio 49. Then we'll have the rest of the weekend. We'll have the weekend off following the Niners Rams game. On Thursday night, we'll have a special Friday edition of 49ers The Aftermath. We'll recap the Niners game Rams game as well. We got a lot going on with the next several days. And we'll have our annual 49ers holiday giveaway. We'll have our 49ers holiday giveaway. Niners Radio, we do this for a charitable cause. We do it every year. We'll go out and do some stuff out there, giving back to the need. And I think it's a good thing. We love doing that though every year. Just like we're very thankful for a lot this holiday season. You know, getting that $1,000, getting that award back a while back. It's just so much to be thankful for during this holiday season, and we want to give back for all you 49ers fans who watch our platform every time during this holiday season. So, we're going to get ready to wrap it up. I'm going to thank you all for watching 49ers Live tonight. 49ers Live, postgame live here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Professor B signing off. And please, Niner fans, we're just going to take it game by game. Niners were victorious. They now go to 6-7. They still trail by 2 games in the NFC West. Remember the Rams and Seahawks, but they trail the Seahawks by 2. Niners are now 1 game behind Arizona, but remember, they lose tiebreakers of both head-to-head and record-based record of the division. So, you know, the Niners will have to win out and have to hope the Niners have a better win-loss record than both the Rams and Seahawks and Cardinals for them to win the NFC West and for them to have a chance to defend their crown as champions in the NFC. So that's going to do it for now. We're getting ready to wrap it up. We'd like to thank all the Niner faithful for watching today on Niners Radio 39, post-game live here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. And we'd like to thank the guests and staff. And hey, we got a lot more work to do because we got to start producing the tailgate show for this Sunday. We got Niners Week. We'll have another edition of 49ers Live tonight, tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow on 49ers Live tonight, we'll have 2 shows. We'll have our regular shows. We will look back at 49ers history. Flashback, we'll take it back to the year 1984. This is going to be a good one tomorrow on the 49ers Live show. We'll go back to week number 15, 1984. 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings for December 8th, 1984. They played this game on a Saturday, but we'll do the whole recap tomorrow in its entirety. We'll take a recap of that game. The Niners taking on the Minnesota Vikings at KLC Park. The Niners, we're celebrating the 40-year anniversary of that 1984 Super Bowl season when they went 15-1. And the Niners, of course, going into Week 14, already wrapped up the NFC West and clinched home field advantage throughout the playoffs. As now, they come into this game 13-1, trying to tie the record, tie the franchise record for the most wins in franchise history. And they're trying to set a new franchise record for wins in a single season as they tune themselves up to the playoffs. We'll recap that game against the Niners and Vikings from Week 15, 1984. Then on Tuesday, we'll take a look back at the Niners San Diego Chargers game in 1994. No, I take that back. No, we will do. I believe Wednesday night we'll take a look back of the Niners-Rams game from 1989 as we look back at the 1989 season when the 49ers won back-to-back Super Bowls 35 years ago. That Monday nighter on December 11th, 1989. We'll take a look back at that game. At the Niners, if they win over the Rams, the Niners will win, coming 11-2. With a win, they can clinch the NFC West and clinch the #1 seed in the NFC with guaranteed home field advantage throughout the playoffs. While the Rams, the win over the Niners, they would sweep the season series and they would jump into the game of first place with only 2 left. That's a game of the ages, game of the year. Niners and John Taylor, 2 90-yard strikes for a touchdown. We'll look back at that game, and then we'll look back to 1994 49ers and Chargers, and look at the preview of Super Bowl 29. This game was played at Jack Murphy Stadium in San Diego. So that's it for now. Professor B signing off here at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Once again, the final score: 49ers win it by a score of. They end up winning by a score of 38-13. Niners now go to 6-7. The Bears now drop to 4-9. Professor B signing off and so long. 49ers Live postgame on Niners Radio 49 exclusive presentation of Niners Radio 49 along with the Satellite Digital Media News Network. Every team has a fan. Every fan has a voice. The network home of champions. 49ers football. Faithful to the bit. Go Niners!